All right, let's continue. So this is our second demo, as we know. So let's continue with the yesterday's concepts, right? So hi Ankit, is this your first class? Can you hear me?
Yes, Divya. Today is my first class.
Okay. All right. Actually, we already started. Yesterday itself, and we finished some concepts.
Okay.
Just a little bit introduction of SQL. Database, and just we are dealing with sub languages concept. Okay,
Okay.
so could you please tell me a little bit about yourself? Like, do you have some basic knowledge on SQL, or are you completely new to SQL?
No, I am completely new to SQL. Actually, I
Um,
am working in telecom, uh, trying to
Acha,
switch
okay.
in IT. So, yes.
Okay, all right, that is okay. Actually, this is just a second class, as I said. Just try to listen today's class, okay, so that you can get it to some extent. And actually, they will provide you one video of yesterday's class if it is okay for you. And if you like today's class, please watch that yesterday's video. Then you can easily understandable. And if anything else, if you don't understand, I will just repeat those concepts. Okay.
Okay, okay. Sure, Divya. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So let's continue. So this is sub-languages concept. We are having basically five types of sub-languages. Okay. So what is SQL in the sense, first of all, it is a structured query language. Basically, it is a language which is used to communicate with the database. Okay. We have something called as database. Actually, database in the sense the place where we will store all the data. We can say collection of data. Okay. In every companies, we know we are generating data, and to store their data, every company is using, everywhere they are using databases only. Inside databases only they will store the data. Okay, that is the reason SQL is very important topic. Whatever domain it is, whatever role we choose, if it is full stack, if it is data science, whatnot, all the domains, everywhere SQL is a compulsory subject. It's a basic subject to learn if you are working in the IT industry. Okay, so because of this reason, obviously we'll work with data only everywhere, and to maintain their company's data, every company will use databases. And SQL is a language which is used to communicate with the database. If we store data inside database, whenever according to our requirements, if we want to display some data, if we want to update some data, basically whenever we want to do something with the data, we will use SQL as a language. Okay, so first I to make you a little bit of I'm just trying to tell you about yesterday's class a little bit, so that at least you will understand what is about the things which we covered in yesterday's class. Okay, so yeah, this is about SQL. And here the tool which we are going to use is MySQL. Basically, SQL is a language, as I said, it is a universally declared language to maintain the database. And in the market, we are having so many tools to use this SQL. Basically, just something like, if Android is one OS, we are having so many companies to companies, right? Like something like Samsung, OnePlus. Okay, the will internally functionality will be same. That are just a difference between difference about the name of the companies, right? Like that. SQL is a language. All the concepts whatever we are going to learn will, those concepts are of SQL subject only, SQL concepts only. But to use the SQL, we will have some tools like Oracle SQL, SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, like that. Out of which we are using MySQL as a tool to learn in our course, because MySQL is an open source product. Open source in the sense it is easily, and it is freely available to everyone. That is the reason nowadays most of the companies are preferring to use MySQL tool only, and that is the reason we are using MySQL in our course. Okay, so whatever you can see now in my screen, this is our MySQL workbench basically. Okay, I didn't shown the installation process of MySQL. I'll show in a while. But after installing, if we open, we can able to see user interface like this. Towards the left side, we can see everything, whatever you can see this, the list below schemas. This is nothing but the list of the databases. I said first we need to create the database, right? So these are all the databases which I have in my system. Okay, like this the databases list you can find towards the top left here. And in the center, whatever you can see here, whatever I wrote, that is an editor, basically SQL file where we will write all our SQL queries. Okay. At the bottom, this is an output section. After executing every statement, we can able to see output here. Okay. And to open a new file like this, we need to click on either, this is a tool. Sorry. So this is menu bar, this is toolbar. Okay. To open a new file, from menu bar, file, new query tab. If we click this option, we can able to open a new SQL file like this, or else directly with this shortcut, first icon in the toolbar. If I'm clicking this also, I can able to open a new SQL file. Okay, like this. Here we can write all the queries, and inside this we have few options, like after writing any queries, if we want to save this file, we can just click on this save button, so that we can save this file in our systems. And to open the already saved files, we'll use this icon. Like if I click on this folder, it will allow me to open any of the file which I've already saved in my systems. And next, third icon is execute button. After writing every query, we need to execute by using this icon only. Okay. So these are some basic options which we need to know before starting writing. So remaining options, whatever are there, we can see going forward. Okay. Next, yesterday what we did, we created a database first, right? By using this syntax, create database name. By writing, this is the syntax. So everything whatever we do in SQL, we have syntaxes here. That is something like rules which we need to follow, or something like, even we can say a standard thing what we need to follow. Okay, that is for creating database. This is the syntax. We need to write like create database name. Okay, that is what I wrote. Create database, we gave name like SQL 51, and once we need to select this and execute, then this particular database will be created. Here it is. Okay, every time after creating database, we need to activate the database, because if we don't activate the database, SQL will get confused to which database it should use, basically, because I'm having so many databases here, right? So every time whenever I started working on it, now also today also, as how we activated yesterday, today also we need to activate once again, because here in this class we want to work on the SQL 5.1, right? So to activate the database, we will use command. Syntax will be use database name. Okay, that is what I wrote, use database name. Let's select, let's click on execute. We can see now this particular database got into, it got activated, basically. It got highlighted, correct? Going forward, whatever queries we will execute, all those queries will be executed under this database only. Okay, so that is about activating the database. Next, creating the table. Basically, inside, first we will create database. Inside database, we will create tables. Okay, so to create the to create the table, this is our syntax. Okay, like we need to mention create table name, and after that within the brackets we need to mention column names like this. So employee ID, employee name, salary, date of joining, or the columns which I wanted to store inside employees table. So I gave like this, but every time whenever, this is the syntax actually, whenever we are creating table, for every column name we need to define the data type as well. Okay, so what are data types in the sense? Data type is something by using which we will decide what kind of value we can store in that particular column. Okay, so this everything I explained yesterday very clearly. Please just watch that video, then you can understand easily. Okay, we just created a table, inserted data into the table, and we will display the data by using select command. Okay, that is select star from employees. So what we did here, databases, as I said, we have three types: numerical data types, character data types, date time data type. To, if I wanted to store any numbers inside any column, I will use numerical data type. Again, I'm having two types in it. Okay, all differences I said yesterday very clearly. Okay, if I get some time, even I'll repeat in the Monday's class. Okay, for now I wanted to continue today's class. Okay, that is the reason I'm just skipping this part. Is that okay, Ankit?
Okay, sure.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we just created a table called as employees by giving this column names, employee ID, employee name, salary, date of joining. And after creating, by using this thing, actually the table structure will be created. Okay. After creating the table structure, we need to insert the data inside it, right? So for that, we will use insert command. Okay. That is insert into table, table name, values, like this will give some values. After executing this, if I select like this and if I click on execute, the data will be inserted. Next, to display the data, we will use select command, and the command is select star from employees. Here star in the sense we will technically call it as asterisk, which is used to display complete data. Whenever we want to see the complete data, we will use like this. Okay, let's see. If I execute this, it is showing me the output like this. This is a table which we created. Okay, that is about select command. Next, we have sublanguages concept. Sublanguages in the sense, just now we understood about how to use create command, insert command, and select command, right? Likewise, we are having some commands in SQL. All the commands are divided into, they are divided into sublanguages, basically 5 types of sublanguages, that is DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, and DQL. Okay, and in each of that sub language we will have some comments which we are discussing now. So yesterday we started understanding about DDL command. In that we have create also we understood just now, like in the first class also, we are just creating, we will create a table by using create command, right? Next, alter command. Okay, so before alter, we discussed about drop command also. Drop is one command by using which actually we will, drop command is used to remove any table permanently from the database. Suppose in this I created employees table, right? So whenever we are working, if we feel that any table is not necessary for us, if we want to remove any table permanently from the database, we will use drop command. Okay, the syntax will be like this: drop table, table name. Okay, so that is what we did. I just created employees one table to show drop syntax with the same data. Okay, and then I used drop command on employees one, drop table, table name. If I do that, the entire table will be removed. Okay, so next, alter command. In alter command, so in the last yesterday we were discussing about alter command, right? We have 5 use cases in alter command, in which we are done with only 2 use cases. Let's continue with that now. So alter command, as I said, we have 5 use cases. First use case is that it is used to add any new column in the existing table. Okay, suppose I already created employees table. Now while creating, we give 4 columns, right? Like employee, employee ID, employee name, salary, date of joining. This 4 columns we give. Okay, while creating the table. So after maybe we got some requirement, and then I wanted to add one more column in the same employees table. That is for the already existing table. If I want to add a new column name, okay, at that time again I'll use a alter command. Okay, the syntax will be like alter table, table name, add. We need to use a keyword called as add, column name, and data type we need to define for that particular column. Okay, that is what we did. Alter table, table name, we just used add. Bonus is the column which we added, and for bonus I used float as a data type, because to in numbers, basically to store numbers, we have to store numbers in any column, we have numerical data types, right? In that we are having int and we are having float. Int in the sense it will only store numbers. Okay, float in the sense along with the numbers it will store decimal values also, it will accept decimal values also. So that is the reason for bonus column, I don't know whether I will have numbers or decimals. That is the reason, to be on the safer side, we used float like that. Okay, now let me once again execute this. I'm selecting this, I'm executing, it got executed successfully. Now this is the information section where you can find the information about the tables. Suppose previously if I select employees, we had 4 column names and the data types. Now to reflect, just now we added bonus column to just see that We need to refresh here. We'll have refresh button. After refreshing, you can observe now bonus column is also I got, right? Because just now we added bonus column by using alter command. Like that, whenever we want to add a new column in the already existing table, then we will use alter command. Okay. Next, second use case, let's observe. Second use case is it is used to remove any column from the existing table. Okay. Second use case of alter command is, suppose I already have my one table here. Now I don't want any one column particularly. I want to remove only one column from the existing table. At that time, again I can use alter command, right? The syntax will be like alter table name, drop column name. Okay. Like this, we need to use drop keyword inside alter to remove the column name. That is what I wrote, alter table name, drop column. My column name is bonus. Bonus is the column just now we created. Let's remove that column only. Now if I execute this command, okay, it got executed successfully. We can see green color tick mark here. If there is any errors, it will throw us a red color cross mark. Okay, and let me refresh this. You can see now bonus is removed, right? That is our second use case of alter command. Now let's see about the third use case. So again, alter command is used to change. What is our third use case in the sense? It is used to change data types also. Data types from the existing table. Data types of any column from the existing table. Okay. So let's see. Suppose what I'm saying, if I wanted to change the data type. Okay. So I'm having some data types here. We already created employees table. For example, suppose in date of joining a column, I'm having date as a data type. Okay. We as a yesterday in yesterday's class, I already discussed about data types. Whoever is coming newly to this class, as just now I gave a little bit introduction about this user interface and all. But these data types, please watch that yesterday's demo video. Okay, then you can understand. Or else, if I get some time, I'll teach once we are getting to our actual classes. Okay, so we have in data type we have two types, that is date and a date time, right? If we are using date, that means we can enter only dates. Okay, in any column, if you want to enter any dates, then on that column we need to mention date as a data type. Along with the dates, if we want to mention time also, then we will mention date time data type, right? So every time in MySQL, again, we will use dates inside quotes. It can be single quotes or double quotes, but we need to use this format only. First year, then month, then date. Okay. In date time, along with that, we will give hour, minute, and second. Okay. Suppose now let's see our alter command. Here for date of joining, I give date data type, right? Now I realize that I don't want date data type, I want a date time data type. That is, I want to change the data type here. Okay, so for that, how we will use alter command, let's see now. Okay, first I'll write syntax, that is alter table name. Here we will use a keyword called as modify. Okay, because we are changing the data types, right? Here I'll use a keyword called as modify, and I'll say what I'm going to modify. I'm going to modify column. That is the reason I'll mention column keyword also. And then I'll mention what a column I'm going to modify, that is DOJ. Okay, for date of joining, I wanted to modify actually, as this is syntax, let me write the complete syntax here. What I need to write here in the sense, column name and new data type. Okay, this will be my syntax. Let's see example, alter table, employees is our table name. Next, modify keyword. Then I'll use column keyword because I'm saying to SQL that I'm going to modify column. Which column? That is DOJ, date of joining column. And what is my new data type? I wanted to change date time. Like this. Previously I have date, you can see here. Now I'm changing that data type to date time. We can select like this. I can execute. It got executed successfully. Now let me refresh once again. Now you can see I got date time data type, right? Like that, by using alter command, even we can change the data types of any column or in the already existing table. Okay, because why already existing table? While creating table only, we will give some column names and we will define the data types, right? But for already existing table, if we want to change something, we will use alter command, right? I hope I'm clear up to here.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So now let's see about the fourth use case. Three use cases are done. Fourth use case is alter command is used to even it by using alter command, what we can change the column name. You can say rename the column name. Okay. Suppose while creating table itself, we will define column names and we will define data types, right? Create syntax. We will define column name. We will define how many, we will define first by using create command, we will define table name. Inside table, how many columns we want, we will define that column names. And for each column name, we will define data type as well, right? Now, what I'm saying, I can even change the column name. If I wanted to change any column name uh, for the existing table, then I will use again alter command. Okay, the syntax will be like, it's simple. I will simply use alter table name. Now I need to use a keyword called as rename. Okay, because I'm going to rename a column name. I need to mention column here. We are saying telling to SQL that I want to rename column, and then I'll use old column name to new column name. Okay, this is our syntax. In SQL, basically we need to remember syntaxes no other way. With some practice, you can remember all these things very easily. Okay, just you need to understand what we are doing, then you will easily remember everything. Okay, so now let's see the example. Alter table, our table name is employees. Rename keyword I'm using. Then I'll use a keyword called as column. What is old column name? Maybe I'll change DOJ to, I'll give a clearly, that is my column is date of joining, like this. Okay, let me select, let me execute. It got executed successfully. Let's refresh. Now I got my complete name here. I just renamed this column name to this, right, by using alter command. This is about the fourth use case. We are discussing about alter command use cases. We are done with understanding of four use cases. Now let's see about fifth use case. Fifth use case is even by using alter command, it is used to add primary key in the existing table. Okay. So we have one concept called as primary key. We didn't yet started that. So if whenever we are learning about primary key, I will explain this use case. Okay. Basically, alter command only we will use to add a primary key in the existing table. For the existing table, I can say. Okay. So, but for now, we didn't it started primary key concept. We will have one concept called as integrity constraints. In that, we will have primary key. Whenever we are discussing that particular concept, at that time, we will discuss about this use case. For now, we will leave this. Okay. I hope I'm clear up to here.
Yes.
Perfect. So create command, alter command, drop command. Three commands are done. Now let's see about truncate command. So truncate command. Truncate is one command which is used to, whenever we are using truncate, what happen? Truncate will remove truncate will remove complete data from the table, but the structure of the table remains same. Okay, but the structure remains same. That is about truncate command. I repeat, truncate is one command in SQL. What we will do by using truncate command, in the sense, whenever we use truncate command on any table, it will just remove complete data from the table, but the structure will remain same. Okay. Now let's see. Suppose I'm having only employees one table only in this database. I don't want to disturb this table. Let me create one more table to show you truncate. That is, again, I'll create employees one table with the same data. So let me create this. It got created. Let's insert some data in it. And let me display this data. I'm just copying this and pasting it at the bottom. Okay. Select star from employees. By using this, basically, we will display the data. Select command is used to display the data, right? So I'm just executing. Now you can see I got the data. I just created employees one table to show you. I'll just refresh here. Now you can see employees one. I'm having two tables in this particular database, right? So let's try to understand about truncate command by using employees one. Just now we saw in employees table, we are having 4 columns, 3 rows, right? Now I'm saying whenever we use truncate, the complete data from the table, that is inside whatever data is there, 3 rows, that is whatever we inserted, all that data will be removed at a time, but the structure of the table will remain same. Here, structure in the sense, it can be the table name, column names, and the data types. That is whatever we created by using create command. That is a structure, right? Let's see. And the syntax to use truncate is simple. Truncate table, table name. This is the syntax. Let's see. Truncate table employees one. Okay. Now I'm selecting this, I'm executing, it got executed. Once again, let me execute select star from employees one to see the output. Now you can see inside whatever data I had, that is removed completely because I just now used truncate command, right? That is what I wrote. Okay, the complete data from the table will be removed, but the structure will remain same. That is the reason I can still see all the column names. Okay, if I am refreshing this, employees one, column names are there, data types are also I can see. Put the employees one, right? Only inside data removed. So when we can use truncate command, in the sense, suppose if I face any scenario that if I have any table, in that table, I just want to remove complete data and I wanted to insert any new data. That is I want the same column names, but only the data whatever I'm having inside that when I wanted to remove and I wanted to give some new data. In that scenario, we can easily use truncate command so that complete data will be removed at a time, and then so I can insert some new data. That is, there are two options, right? So in that scenario, either we can use drop command first. If you are using drop command, what will happen? The complete table will be removed permanently from the database, right? After that, I need to use create command and then insert command. First, dropping, that is removing that particular table completely from the database. Then once again, I'll create the same table and then once again, I'll insert my new data. If I do like this also, it will work. But here we need to follow 3 steps, right? Instead of that, simply I can use truncate by using truncate only, because if my scenario is that if I want the same column names, then I can use the second method. I can use truncate so that internally whatever data is there, that data will be removed. Then simply I can use insert command. Then I can insert my new data, right? Like this. So I hope I'm clear about truncate command as well.
Yes.
Perfect. Next, we have rename, one more command. Suma, actually, I know I said that I'll show you the installation process today, but actually, I'll show you on Monday. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, no problem.
Perfect. So next command is rename. So rename command. We have one more command in DDL, that is a rename. Rename command is simply by seeing the name itself we can understand. By using this, it is used to rename a table name. Okay, previously what we did to rename the column name, we used alter command, right? Inside alter we use rename command, and I said rename column because I'm going to rename the column name, and I gave new column name, right? Now directly rename is also there, one command whenever we wanted to change the table name. Okay, table name we will use rename command. Let's see the syntax. Rename table. It's very simple here because here we are going to just rename our table name, right? So simply I can write it as rename table, old table name to new table name. Okay, let's see. Suppose rename table. Here I'm going to rename the table. That is the reason after rename I'm using keyword called as table. Now let's change, suppose from employees table only. Okay, renaming complete table name, right? Let me rename employees one table name, employees one, two. I'll just keep it as EMP. I'm selecting executing. Okay, it got executed. Now I'm having employees and employees one. Let me refresh. You can see I'm having employee and employees only because I renamed employees one to EMP, right? Like that. If we want, we can even rename the table name as well. So this is about DDL commands. All commands are done, right? Create, alter, drop, truncate, and rename. Next, we have DML commands. Let's see about that. DML commands. And Ankit, actually, let me tell you one thing. Last week we started one batch at 6 p.m. IST. Okay, so this is an add-on batch actually. So
Okay.
only for today we will have this timing. From Monday, uh, we will have actual classes from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. IST. Okay.
Okay, okay, sure.
Yeah, we because we already have some students there. This is a kind of add-on batch. That is the reason I'm seeing this, in demo itself, so that the timing should be comfortable for you guys, right?
Okay, okay.
6 p.m. to 7 p.m. IST.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. So next DML, that is data manipulation language. Inside this we are having three commands, that is insert, update, and delete. Okay. So let's see about first insert command, which we already saw, to insert the data, which we already covered, so I'm not repeating this. Let's see about update command directly. Okay, so with the name itself we will understand we will use update command to update any data, right? If we get any updates or if we want to change any data, we will use update command, right? So that is what update command, in the sense to change. If you wanted to change any data inside table, then we will use update command. Let's see the syntax. Okay, suppose before that, let me write it as select star from employees. Let's display employees data first. I'm selecting, executing. This is our employees data. Okay, if you see here, whenever I changed this thing, date of joining, previously I had a date. Now as I gave date time, by default whenever I'm displaying, it took all the zeros here, right? It is showing us time also because we changed the data type to date time, right? And now this is my table. Okay, I'm having three rows here. Let's try to see update command. Update in the sense whenever I want to change something. For example, if anything I wrote wrong, if suppose in employee name, if any spelling mistake is there, or else if I want to update, suppose salary got changed, now I wanted to update, whether it can be we entered some wrong data, or else sometimes data will be updated also, like that. So whenever we wanted to update something, change something, we will use update command. For example, let's see last row, John, employee ID 3 John. is having salary of 50,000. Let's change this to 60,000 now. So have to use update command in the sense, first I'll write syntax update table, table name. Sorry. So syntax update table name. We need to use keyword called as set here. Okay. And then I can say column is equals to value in whatever column name, maybe in whatever column name or whatever value I wanted to give new value, that one I'll mention. Actually, without syntax, let's see directly example, then it will be better for you to understand. So I can write it as update. Now I will say table name because I want to update this employees table. Set in employees table, what I wanted to update, I want to set salary is equals to salary column. I want to change here 5,000, 50,000 is there. Now I wanted to change that to 60,000. So I'll write it as set salary is equals to 60,000. I wanted to change, I want to set this value now, right? Suppose if I execute these two lines, what will happen in the sense? Any cases? Anyone?
Every employee's salary changes, I guess.
Yes, perfect. Every employee, because here we are having 3 employees. If I normally executed this, every employee salary will get changed because I'm not saying that I want to change John's salary here, correct? So every time whenever we use update command or even delete command, we need to give the condition also. Here I need to say I wanted to change this employee ID is equals to 3 or rename is equals to John. This particular row only I want to change. If I don't say that, this salary for all the rows will become 60,000. Okay. So that is the reason every time we need to use, we have something called as where clause in SQL. Okay. Where is a clause in SQL which is used to give conditions. Okay. Whatever conditions we have, we can just write inside a where clause, and accordingly the data will be updated, deleted or filtered. That is, if basically our conditions will give inside where clause. First we will write where and then I will give our conditions accordingly where we used. Suppose if we use where clause in update command, the data will be updated according to that conditions. If we use inside delete command, the data will be deleted according to that conditions. And if we use where clause in select command, the data will be filtered according to the conditions. Because filter command, by using filter command, we are displaying the data. Suppose if I don't want the complete data, I want only some particular data, whatever data I want, that I will write as a condition. And accordingly, the data will be filtered, right? Like that. Basically, going forward, we'll have where clause, operators and clauses concept. There we will discuss where clause very detailedly by solving some examples. At this particular time, just understand whenever we wanted to give any mention, any conditions, we will use where clause. Okay. So here we are just updating the table here, and we want to keep salary as 60,000 for this row. That is, I can write where employee ID is equals to 3, right? Even I can write employee name is equals to John, but we know there can be multiple, employee names can be same, right? If it is any big database, employee names can be same. For 2 persons, we can expect, sometimes we can expect same names, right? But employee ID will be unique for everyone. That is the reason we will use this employee ID. Okay. Now I'm just selecting this, I'm executing. Then you can see it got executed successfully. Now let me display the data and check. Select star from employees. Now we can see our salary got updated to 60,000, right? Like that, we need to use update command. Here, every time we need to definitely mention where clause. If you forgot mentioning where clause here, suppose how many rows are there also. In real time, obviously we'll deal with big data, we'll have some thousands and thousands of rows, right? At that time, if we missed writing where clause, all the roles, whatever value we are giving, that value only will be updated. Okay, so we should be very careful here that it is about where update command. But let's solve one more example here. Okay, suppose if my question is like suppose give every employee 10% of salary bonus and add that bonus column in employees table. If this is my question, let's observe the question. I'm saying that in the employees table only, if I give every employee 10% of salary bonus, I'm talking about one new column here. Okay, that is bonus for every employee we are expecting to give. We are our question is that we need to give 10% of salary as a bonus for them, and we need to add that bonus column also in the employees table. Okay, let's solve this question. So here we have almost two questions here. We need to add that bonus column also in the employees table. So what command we will use to add any new column in the existing table?
We can insert the column.
No, column name, right? We want to
Yes.
add a new column in the existing table. So alter command, right? By using inserting, we will just insert the rows data, right?
Okay, correct.
Now we need to use alter command because in employees table already I'm having 4 columns: employee ID, employee name, salary, and date of joining. Now I wanted to add bonus as a new column here. So we will use alter command, and the syntax will be like alter table name, I'm giving it as employees. Then we'll say add, we'll use add keyword. Okay, and we will say we are going to add a column, right? We will write column name, add column name and data type, maybe float. Every time whenever we are defining or adding column names, we need to define data type as well. Okay, like this we need to write. In any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm just selecting this, I'm executing. Now it got executed. Okay, now let's see. Now we can see in employees table I got bonus column, right, as float data type. Now we just added a column here. What is our second requirement? Give every employee 10% of salary bonus, right? That is in bonus column. I wanted to give some data, that is 10% of the salary. Now obviously I can use update command, right? How I can write this update command? In the sense, I'll say simply update employees, okay, set salary is equals to, so as I'm saying 10% of salary bonus, I can write it as 0.1 into salary, right? Because as it is 10 percentage, I can simply multiply 0.1 into salary, right? Now do I need to use where clause or not?
No,
Basically
ma'am.
no here.
Actually,
Yeah,
yeah, we have already used a 0.1 into salary rate.
yeah,
So,
actually we already used this thing. If that is okay, that is this thing is actually we are giving some value here. But why we are not using where clause? Because we are giving the same condition for all the employees. Here we are saying every employee, give every employee this condition only. If suppose I'm just giving this condition to any employee, then I'll use where employee ID is equals to 2 or 3. But the same value here, almost here previously in previous example what we did, this value we gave for only employee ID 3. That is the reason I used where clause and I said where employee ID is equals to 3. But here this condition I wanted to apply for my complete data. So no need of using where clause here, right?
yes.
Okay.
So like this, the reason why I'm saying this example in the sense, sometimes according to our question, even without where clause also we can use update command. we need to be careful. We need to think logically like this. Okay. So whether we are going to update that value to only particular row, if it is particular row, we'll use where clause, or else for the complete table for all the rows, if we are applying same thing, then no need of where clause, right?
Okay.
I'll select this. We will execute. It got executed. Now let's see. Let's display the data. Select star from employees. Now we can just a second. Didn't I executed this? Set salary is equals to update employees. Oh, sorry. I need to use bonus, right? Okay. Salary got updated. Actually, I need to use bonuses. In bonus column, I want to apply this thing. In a hurry, I wrote salary. Okay, that is fine. Now, what I'll do here, I'll update. Let me use bonus. First I need to, let me do one thing quickly. I only did mistake. Let me quickly use truncate table employees so that my complete data will be removed, right? Now, once again, I'll just a second. I need to, my bad. Actually, I need to use bonus column here. I gave salary. So that is the reason in salary column only this condition applied and the data got updated in salary column. So just to do that, I'm just removing everything. Just a second. Alter table name, drop column bonus. Okay, now I'll insert data once again. Where is insert syntax? Okay. Now once again I'm executing bonus. Okay. All right. This is our actual thing. I just whatever mistake I wrote to just cover that, I used truncate command. I removed the column and then once again I inserted the data. Now let's see. According to this question, actually I need to use bonus here. In hurry I wrote salary because we wanted in bonus column we wanted to apply this condition and we want to update bonus column only, right? So I'll write like this: set bonus is equals to 0.1 into salary. Okay, let me execute once. Now it got executed. Now let's display the data. You can see I got my bonus data. 0.1 into salary in the sense from 70,000, obviously I'll get 7,000 like this, right? That this is how we will use update command accordingly. If the condition is same for every employee in that every complete data in that table, no need of using where clause, or else we need to use where clause like that. Okay. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Next, we have delete command. Okay. So delete command is used to basically remove any particular row from the table. Any particular row from the table. Okay. If I wanted to delete any particular row from the table, then I'll use delete command. Okay. Let's see. Suppose maybe once again I'll execute select star from employees. Okay. If I realized I don't want this third row, then I want to delete only that particular row, then I'll use delete command. Syntax will be delete from. We need to use from here. Okay, table name. I'm writing directly example delete from table name. Okay, again here also definitely we need to mention where clause. We need to tell to SQL that from employees what row we wanted to delete actually, right? So I'll use where and I'll say where employee ID is equals to 3, right? This employee ID is equals to 3. If I mention like this only, this particular row will be deleted, right? Let me select, let's execute. Now it got executed. Now let me select once, let me execute once again, select star from employees. You can see my third row is removed, right? Like that we will use delete command. Here also definitely we need to use every time where clause. What column, what row specifically we wanted to delete, that one we will, we'll mention like this, and that row will be removed. Okay. If I don't use where clause here, all the rows will be removed from this table. So like that, every time I need to be careful whenever I use update command and delete command. Okay. So now this is about DML commands. Okay, DML commands are also done, but let's see one important interview question here, that is explain the difference between drop, truncate, delete. This is for freshers especially. This is about for for freshers to 2 years of experience. This is an important interview question, like maybe 2 to 3. Okay, difference between drop, truncate and delete. There is no, we don't have any other differences. We need to just say what these commands are doing, what is the functionality of these commands, because almost we will remove data only by using these things, right? So first of all, what is drop command? Whenever we use drop command and on any table, that table will be permanently removed from the database, right? Whereas what is truncate command? If I'm using truncate command on employees table, only the data, complete data inside the table will be removed. The table structure will be as it is, right? And delete in the sense any particular row, it will be deleted. Here drop in the sense complete table will be removed. Truncate in the sense inside data only remove, structure will remain same. Delete in the sense only any row we will remove, right? That is the difference. We need to remember that and we need to explain. That's it. But this is a definitely important interview question. Okay. I hope I'm clear up to here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Perfect. I'll continue with the remaining commands also, but before that, as you know, the course fees is of the course duration is of 35 days, right? And this is our course content. As you attended today's class, you will get a mail. In that mail they will include this course content as well. Along with that, if you missed any class, yesterday's demo link also they will upload. Just go through that video. If you if you like the way of my explanation, and if you are in this particularly my in our course, starting from basics till the very advanced concepts, that is mainly CTE and Windows function, especially CTE. You can observe in any other different institutions also, no one will include CTE. That is an advanced concept, but here I will explain you in a very simple way. And Windows function also very important. From recent from last 3 4 years, this is again a very definite important interview question nowadays. So upon my students request only, I added this concept also in from last few months. These are all, this is the course content, you can just go through. And the specialty of our course is that up to integrity constraint, that is we are dealing with this here now sub languages. We are just now done with DML. Then we are having these concepts up to here only. I'll explain with some basic tables. Once we are done with this here, uh, we will learn everything by using one real-time database, that is something like OTT platforms database, I can say, or else something like movies database. Okay, that is a live project actually, that is a real-time database. Okay, because in every time whenever normally in companies once we join, we will deal with big data only, right? So if we in learning process also, if we are learning everything by using a large something like a real project, real database, then we will get used to it. We'll get some hands-on experience on working with that. Obviously if we can able to keep some experience also, it will help us, right? So from here I'll give you that database, I'll explain you that database, and directly I'll show you how to restore that database in your systems. Then by using this particular database only, we will learn all our concepts. Okay, so this is it. and the course fees is only 3,000. So if anyone is interested, you can just get registered. And as I said, the course timing is from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. IST. Okay. All right. Let me continue actually with the next command.
Ma'am, I have already registered. Like, how
Yes,
can?
Suma. Actually, on Monday, you will get a folder access. Okay, they will send you a mail, and they will send you a Monday's link also. But I'm planning, actually, I wanted to ask you that, is that okay for you to attend on Monday, like 2 hours, 5 to 6 and 6 to 7?
Yeah, fine.
That is so
For
because
only for Monday, right?
only for Monday. We have one more
Ah,
class we need to cover. So 5 to 6, 1 hour we will cover for that concept, and we will continue in 6 to 7 batch. So from
right.
Tuesday, the timing will be from 6 to 7, or else
Yeah,
every one class will be like every time. If I need to explain them and you, it will be little bit
mm,
difficult for us. If you can make it on Monday from 5 to 7, 2 hours, then we can complete a portion and we can continue with them.
yeah, fine for me.
Okay, great. So Ankit, you also, if anyone else is also interested, you can get register. And Suma, on actually our admin team will explain you, but still, maybe on Monday use the same link for 5 o'clock. Okay,
Okay,
and 6 o'clock they will send you a new link. Actually, you will get it by Monday morning. They will send you a new Zoom link for 6 o'clock. Once we are done with the 5 o'clock, I'll tell you, we will end the session and use that link and join for 6 o'clock batch.
okay, ma'am.
So from again from Tuesday, the same link will be followed for 6 o'clock batch. The link will be different. They will
Okay,
send to you. Admin team will send to you. But for Monday, if Sunday they changes, I mean, sorry, for 5 o'clock, if they will change you, if the link will be changed, they will again send you some new link. 99% the link won't change. Use the same link for 5 o'clock. Okay, 5 to 6, the same link will be there. 6 o'clock, they will send you the link.
okay.
Okay, so that we
The
can complete the portion.
folder access and all, they
Folder
only.
access, they will give you on Monday morning. I'll just remind them tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Tomorrow is Sunday, right? Or
Yeah.
else on Monday morning you will get. Okay.
Mm,
Once you get
okay,
that in class also, I can show you how you have to access everything.
okay,
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Perfect. So in Monday 5 o'clock, that batch only, I'll show you maybe the installation process again.
Mm, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are done with the time, but still, any questions, Ankit?
No, not for now.
Okay. Perfect. So we are done with the time, but still, let me continue with one more command. Okay. That is DCL, right? DCL, data control language. Let's see this one also, and let's continue on Monday. Okay, so next command is, next language is data control language. In this we are having two commands, that is grant and revoke. Okay, so basically this DCL commands are used by database administrators. Okay, so this DCL commands, these two commands are actually used by administrators only. We don't use that, but still we need to have idea about what is that, right? That is the reason I'm explaining. So what is the concept here in the sense, all the, especially for the DML commands. Okay, just now we saw without, for update command and delete command, definitely we need to use where clause, right? Without where clause, if we use something, I mean, if we use this commands, it will become so messy, right? So for that reasons, what will happen, for every, again, not only SQL developers, in every domain, every employee almost he will suppose if it is data analyst, if it is Java developers, everyone almost will work with SQL, right? So depending upon the project, depending upon the job role, but maximum everyone won't be given access to use DML commands. Okay, any command. Suppose whenever you are updating or you are deleting something, if you come across an error stating um, access privilege denied, okay, we will get like this error. That means we don't have access to use that particular update command or delete command on whatever table we are applying. Okay. So we don't have permission to use those commands. At that time, what we will do, we will request, or we will raise a ticket, or we will just inform to our database administrators to give the permission on that particular commands for that particular table. Okay, imagine you are updating something, uh, then after executing update command, if you come across with this error, that means you don't have permission to use update command on that particular table name. Basically, we don't have DML access. So to get that access, we will ask to administrators, then they will provide us the access. So in this process, they will use these two commands, that is grant and revoke. So what is grant? In the sense, grant command is used to give access, privileges, or permissions. Technically, we'll call it as privileges, or else we can also call it as permissions. Okay, to users. Okay, to give the permissions, they will execute this command. Okay, then by executing that command, we will get the access to use this update command. Okay, and the syntax to use grant command is grant. Okay, privilege name on object name to user. This is the syntax. Let's see example. Grant privilege name, in the sense, suppose I update any command, any DML command or any command. Okay, suppose if I don't have access to use update command, and if I requested them to give me update access, then they will use update. Okay, update on. Here object name, in the sense, any table name. Suppose while updating employees table, if I got error, then employees will be my object name. Okay, to user, that is our name, basically, like that. They will execute this, and by executing, once they execute this, then we can able to use update command on this particular table called as employees, like that. Am I clear? This is now I'm not executing, but this is what happens. Actually, this is a normal database, right? We can use all the update commands, so I'm not executing, but database administrators will use these commands whenever we are facing these issues. So once they executed this, we can able to use the update command, right?
Okay.
So not only update, even multiple commands also they can give at a time, like update comma delete, like that. Okay. And what is revoke? In the sense, exactly opposite. Revoke, in the sense, here use it to revoke, use it to take back the permissions or privileges from the user. After our work is done, we need to notify them. I mean, we need to tell them, we need to acknowledge them that we are done. Then they will take back the permissions from us by using to take back the permissions. They will execute this command, that is revoke. I'll just copy. Revoke privilege name on object name from user. Only this word, while giving the values to, while removing the values from. Okay. If they execute this particular thing, that again, that update command we can't use anymore. Okay. That privilege will be, I mean, that access will be removed from us. Revoke update on employees from user, like that. I hope I'm clear.
Yes.
So very simple. Again, only administrators will use this, but for knowledge purpose, we need to know that, right? That is about DCL, data control language. Okay. Next, we are having two commands which we'll see in on Monday's class. Okay. If suppose again, Suma, please check your mail. If they change Monday link, I mean 5 o'clock link also, they will send you two different mails. One mail for 5 o'clock, one mail for 6 o'clock. Okay.
Okay.
Just if the link is changed, follow that link and let's connect on 5 o'clock also, so that integrity constraints topic somewhat I need to cover, and the remaining will continue in the 6 o'clock batch.
Okay.
Perfect. So in this particular concept, we are left over with two sub languages, that is TCL and DQL. DQL is nothing but select command, which we already covered. So this no need of again, right? We already know what is a select command, which is already covered. Only we need to cover TCL commands, that is commit, save point, and rollback. Actually, we are done with the time, right? And of course, this is Saturday, so I'll obviously I'll end the session now, and let's continue from that topic on Monday. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
guys. Okay then. Yeah, I'm ending the session.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.